Welcome, beautiful soul. I am so grateful that you have returned to my Divine Compass for this sacred Sunday message. Today is July 6th, 2025. Today we stand in the presence of a waxing gibbous moon in Scorpio, and we're still under that heart-soaked influence of the Cancer sun. Two water signs working together to help us feel deeply, heal honestly, and prepare intentionally for the full moon in Capricorn just a few days away. That will be happening on July 10th. The energy of this moment is rich, intuitive, and deeply emotional. Cancer is known as the cosmic mother, and she invites us inward toward our roots, our emotional safety, and the places where we long to be held. Scorpio, the deep diver, asks us to go even further into the shadow, the subconscious, the places where power and pain live side by side. Together, they are offering a sacred mirror for us. The two questions that you should be asking yourself are, number one, what needs to be nurtured? And number two, what needs to be transformed? This is not a surface level moment. It is a soul level invitation to return to our emotional truth and let it shape what is coming next. The Scorpio moon and Cancer sun create what I call a healing water portal, a sacred emotional current that invites us to feel without judgment, release with compassion, and choose what truly supports us moving forward. This is not about drowning in your emotions. It's about being willing to swim through them, knowing that you will rise stronger, clearer, and more rooted in your truth on the other side. With Cancer's tender love and Scorpio's fierce honesty, you are being asked to prepare for the Capricorn full moon by clearing emotional debris and reconnecting with your soul's authority. I would like to share a story with you. The story is titled "The Night She Let It Be True." Her name was Celeste. She had been feeling off for weeks, not broken, just disoriented. Like she was going through the motions, but quietly grieving something she couldn't quite name. The people in her life thought she was fine. She smiled, worked, kept up with the rhythms, but inside, she felt like a wave about to crest, and she had no idea what would be left on shore when it did. It was the week before the full moon. The moon was waxing, big, bold, almost full, and she could feel it pressing gently on her chest each night like a hand saying, "Feel this. Don't look away." And the sun, the Cancer sun, was warming the tender parts of her she hadn't touched in quite a while. Her longing, her inner child, her ache to be truly held. That Sunday night, she sat on her porch, moon just visible behind a veil of clouds, the air thick with summer. She closed her eyes and asked, "What am I not facing?" The answer came not in words but in sensation. Tears, a memory. The moment she had convinced herself that being strong meant staying quiet, that being spiritual meant being unaffected, that being wise meant being above the ache. But the Scorpio moon disagreed. It said, "Feel it. Let it move through. That is how you transform it." And the Cancer sun whispered, You are allowed to be soft here. Let this be your homecoming. So she let it all be true. She cried for the version of herself who had waited for permission. She cried for the woman she was becoming, soft, sovereign, honest. And when it was over, she did not feel heavy. She felt emptied, clear. She lit a candle, wrote in her journal, and whispered, "This is the kind of strength I want now. The kind that is not afraid to feel. The kind that lets love all the way in." And when the Capricorn full moon rose days later, she was ready. Not because she had it all figured out, but because she finally knew what she was carrying and what she was ready to leave behind. Maybe, like Celeste, this week, it's about letting something be true. Not fixing it, not hiding it, just holding it in love. That is what this Cancer Scorpio window is offering us. Sacred honesty, emotional courage, the kind of depth that frees your soul. So here is your journaling prompts. If you want to grab your journal, you can pause this podcast and go grab your journal and write these questions down. There are 2 questions for July 6th here. So number 1, where am I confusing comfort with emotional avoidance? Where am I confusing comfort with emotional avoidance? And number 2, what would true emotional safety, not just surface calm, look like for me right now? So we're not just talking about what's on the surface. We're going deep with the Scorpio moon. So I'll repeat question 2. What would true emotional safety look like for me right now? Understand that this time with these 2 water signs, this is a deeply spiritual cleansing moment. It's not just emotional, it's also energetic. Cancer is there to soften the space. Scorpio is here to purify it. And Capricorn, which is that full moon on the 10th, is on the horizon. And Capricorn is to rebuild it. So your message for today is, this Cancer Scorpio moment is the spiritual bath before the mountain climb. Cleanse now so you can rise clearer next week. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday podcast, and if you did, please visit us next Sunday on July 13th. I'm wishing you a very deep, emotional, cleansing, and sacred week. Take care. Until next time.